Hello and welcome, magical souls, to today's part 2 out of our witness series this week. Today's topic is witnessing expectation, and I've got a little bit of a setup that I wanted to share with you today. My crystals arranged themselves in a certain way, and it came in handy because my incense holder, so I created an incense holder, but the normal incense sticks have a really thin bit, and the incense that I'm burning now has got like a thicker bottom. So I'm using the plate that's holding the crystals to catch the little bit of the incense. If none of that made sense, don't worry, I'm about to show you. So let's just flip this bad boy around. There we go. So that's going to catch that little bit. We've got a rose quartz. On my Instagram, I shared that I was meditating with the turquoise this morning, the yellow jasper, and the labradorite, which glows beautifully. This is the incense stick that I've got today. It's got a nice musky scent, and then my rose quartz is always in this space. And that rose quartz is so beautiful. It's literally the perfect shape to hold in your hand. Like, it is. Actually, I'm even going to show you guys. Ew. Like, look at how perfect that is. Like, it's the perfect size for my little palm, and it fits beautifully. It's like the most soothing rose quartz I've ever found. I really love it. So that one travels with me wherever I go because it is always in my pencil case. But now that I'm in a space for quite a while, I've decided to, the course itself actually asked to come out and share space with me. So that's what's happening. So welcome. My name is Jessie-Sarah, and I offer you support and guidance in your cosmic unfolding for you to be your whole being and live with heart-aligned action through meditation circles, through energetic feedback, through one-to-one soul conversations, and just other fun things that pop up for us to do together. And this witnessing series is one of those fun things that have popped up. So last week we were doing different kinds of meditations together, and that sparked this inspiration to just come on and share a little bit of what I feel, what my relationship about this concept, about this word, about this terminology, and this idea of the witness, how it's grounded itself in my life. That's the correct wording, yes. So you might resonate with some of this, and some of this might spark your own inspiration, which was really, at the end of the day, the best conversations, right? When you have a conversation with someone and it just sparks your own inner, oh, right, that's what my soul's been saying, or that's what my heart's been whispering to me. So I actually thought today we were going to do witnessing the body, but the order seems to be having its own flow, and it felt more aligned to speak about witnessing expectations first today. I'm sorry, I'm feeling very fidgety with this thing, but that's fine. So anyway, so witnessing expectation, my awareness of my body has always been quite intense, for lack of a better word. I've had a very long journey. It's felt like a very long journey and a very diverse journey with my body, through health conditions, mental safety mechanisms, and other variety of experiences, life experiences. And what that has allowed and invited is me to really learn communication with my body, and it's created a lifestyle of deepening, hearing the communication of my body, respecting the communication of my body, and really it's always given me a knowing of the intuitive value of our body. So with the body, it's a huge indicator of when we're living in the space of an expectation versus living in the space of flow. And you can have an expectation while you're going with flow. Expectations are just a very human part of our life, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's no need to fight it. You have your own ways of seeing the world. You have your own ways of perceiving and understanding due to just what makes you you. And when you honor that, that is when we're able to actually recognize, oh, this is an expectation I have, not necessarily this is a truth. And that can sometimes be a little bit upsetting when you find out that your expectation isn't a truth. Because in your realm of reality, it's possible to be a truth. And sometimes we are in interaction with other people that their realm of reality aligns with that expectation and it fulfills it. Other times you have an expectation that someone's going to show up late, and in their realm of reality, time doesn't work the way it does in your world, so they're not showing up late. However, they're still playing into that role. Or you can have an expectation of when you're working together with someone, something happens a certain way, and because you've been working together for so long, maybe you know each other so well, whatever the reason, it does happen that way. Because there's a communication present, there's a knowing, an awareness present of how that is expected to unfold. So when we become aware of our expectations, what we're doing is we are allowing ourselves to have honest and truth-filled conversations. And that's in like our person-to-person kind of environment. What came forward to me today was this little deepening insight of how witnessing expectations allows us to be in alignment with flow, with ease, with grace, with glory, rather than, this might seem a little bit controversial, but rather than I need to heal this, or this is something I need to learn from, or this is something that has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And that's often how we perceive healing. And when I say we, if this resonates with you, you're a part of that we. If you have a different way of perceiving it, then there's some part of your energy that's here today to allow your truest self to come forward and recognize that. And that's great. There's a big collective consciousness that recognizes healing as a beginning, a middle, and an end, that recognizes a lesson as a beginning, middle, and end. And often in life we perceive that we're given the end part of the lesson first, and then the beginning happens, and then somewhere we find the middle, and then it all pieces itself together. However it unfolds for you, that's still very timeline orientated. And being able to be aware of when you're in something that it's like, oh, this feels like a lesson, because this feels very like timeline orientated. This feels very like grounded in there being a beginning and there being an end. That's perfectly 100% all right, because that's the world we live in. The world has cycles. The world has time, where time isn't a negative thing. We came into this reality, in this realm, to value from time. And when we allow that to be all right, we step into the allowance of time serving us, rather than time being a constraint on us, and time being something that's limited to our previous perceptions of what time can be. So when we allow ourselves to witness an expectation as present, we're able to drop deeper into that witness space. And it's like your awareness goes from looking, right now I'm looking at you, I can see what's behind me because of the camera, but if I close if the camera wasn't there, right, like I wouldn't be able to see what's behind me. So when we drop into that witness space, what's happening is you're able to see all directions around you and become aware of how things are flowing, how things are moving. So to ground that, and how this often comes up in the body, and I really share from the messages that I feel resonate deeply with my heart space. So if you're here and you found this video, I am very curious what resonates with you, what within your heart responded to this video. And thank you for being here. But so to share this morning, just to kind of ground what I'm sharing. So I had a plan of how today was going to go, as we always do, right? Like you have a general idea of how the day is going to go, because we're humans. And I slept later this morning. I'm on a fast right now. I'm doing a week cleansing fast. And I've noticed when I fast, other people, they wake up early and they are ready to go for like from 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. That I don't have that experience with fast. My experience with fast is my body sleeps later, and it's the kind of sleep later where it's like I'm in a cocoon and I'm there's just no getting me out of the cocoon. Like I will sleep until I sleep. And when I wake up, it's a very slow, gentle process. So slept later this morning because of the fast, and I've had a lot of healing this week. So just allowed all of that to integrate, allowed all that mushy energy in me to come together. And then I had a surprise cleaning spree come on after I'd meditated, and then I did some Tai Chi and like all of these, normal morning routine stuff that I do. And I went on this whole vacuuming spree. I was like, this carpet needs to be vacuumed. And then I was like, the kitchen floor needs to be vacuumed and the bathroom floor. And I ended up just vacuuming the whole space, which very often happens when I'm doing some form of a cleanse or a healing. I go on a whole like cleaning spree. Not that I don't clean the house in general, like don't worry. But I get a real bee in my bonnet when my energetic self is cleansing and reshifting and stuff like that. It really enjoys the satisfaction of like my body and the energetic essence come into harmony when I have like a good clean of my space. Like that just harmonizes the two together, the action and the internal energy shifting. So I went on this whole cleaning spree, and because of that, it kind of had shifted the amount of time I had. And I'm coming on to share with you guys, and there's a couple other groups that I go on and I meditate on Wednesdays. So I was kind of like trying to, calculate, okay, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do that and then I'm going to do that, because that's just how I am. My brain likes to jump from thing to thing. And feel prepared. There's a saying, if you don't plan, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I recognize that's something I used to agree with very strongly. And as I shift and allow more flow and my life to be guided by the divine feminine energy, working in harmony with the divine masculine energy, I don't think that's as much of a truth for me anymore. And that this morning was kind of highlighting that and served this live video. So I started getting this overwhelmed feeling inside of my stomach, and it was growing and rising up into my heart space. And I was just like, okay, I've had a really good clean. I had a great energetic session. What is this? Why is this right? Why is this serving right now? And just like, what is this communicating? And instantly I dropped into, you know what? The day's going to unfold how it unfolds. And I'm going to take time doing my writing, because I was, okay, so that belief that the day's going to flow how it really flows, and it's going to unfold, align perfectly. That's like a foundation belief of mine. So that will be like a mantra I return to, like, okay, the day's going to unfold how it needs to unfold. What is happening right now to serve that? So we have base foundations and base expectations of life, which can be serving and can be limiting. the expectation of life is that it's going to unfold the way it is always going to unfold, is what I perceive as a serving expectation, because I don't actually expect anything from it. I trust and know that the divine is flowing, guiding, and I, as my character and my persona, am allowing. And as long as I'm allowing, however it looks, that's going to be what it is. So I use the word expectation to offer you a kinder interpretation of what an expectation can be. Because sometimes we have expectations that you can argue are serving. So how are you allowing it to be serving? What's the foundation mantra and such that's behind it to allow it to be serving? And it seems like my incense stick stopped burning, but I'll put it back on when I'm done with this. So I've got a meditation group thing that I join on Wednesday evenings, and we write afterwards. So I'm in a process of a 30-day writing. I'm just writing for 30 days process, and I was going to use the afternoon to do my writing today because I'd vacuumed and I'd done everything, and I was just reworking the schedule, thinking that that's how it was aligned. And then this overwhelm started coming up, and it was just okay, what is happening now? Why is this here? What is this serving? And it was just with clarity. I was actually, you know what? Okay, I'll do my journaling now. I'll do the writing now. And as soon as I acknowledged that communication, the overwhelmed sensation was able to release. And the knot in my stomach, the tension didn't need to stay stuck in my heart, because I was witnessing the communication and allowing the communication. So very often in life, we think we have to, and I don't want to put words in your mouth. This is just based on, conversations and what I've observed in the world. Very often we perceive that when we receive communication from the body, that you need to have an answer, or you need to know what the next step is when you're witnessing it. But when you're witnessing it, what you're actually doing is you're stepping into the space of allowing, you're stepping into the space of receiving, and from that space, action naturally happens. Which is a very powerful distinction between I need to do this and an action naturally unfolding. And a very simple example to ground that is coming up for me right now. If I take a sip, once I've finished drinking this, I drink it, there's going to be a space of allowing, there's going to be a space of receiving, and then there's going to be a natural action of going to the bathroom. It's going to be a natural action. And I might not need to go immediately. I might not respond to that communication of you need the bathroom right now. Maybe I'll be on a live and go, okay, I've got 20 minutes. But I've witnessed the communication. Then I have the choice to sit there and go, I really need to go to the bathroom. I really need to go to the bathroom. I really can't concentrate on what I'm doing right now because I really need to go to the bathroom. Or I can go, oh, okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom when I'm done with this. And then I go to the bathroom when I'm done with this. Witness and allow the action to follow. Allow the action to be a natural response. So please let me know if this has served you. Please let me know if this has resonated with you. You can pop in the comments below a heart, a flower, a yes, a no, a why not, a why yes, whatever. It just feels very deep in my heart to come on and share this. So I did, and I appreciate whatever communication led you to being here and joining me in whatever time space you are in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you would like to join me on August 31st, there's a co-creative card reading circle, which I'll post in the comments below as an event. And in the About section, it tells you all about how to receive the Zoom link and the PayPal details, etc., etc. And what that allows is for us to come together, meditate together, share space together, and then there's going to be a collective card reading for the group gathered. And then what we're going to do is we're going to allow the collective energy, we're going to deepen and become aware of how it's serving each individual, how we can support integrating it, what value is present from the collective present. And this is just a general reminder that we are still a part of a collective consciousness, and very often we have expectations that are grounded, they are beliefs, ideas grounded in the collective consciousness. And there's nothing wrong with that. It allows us to have this physical reality. Are you open to those expectations being fluid and not being a truth for a different collective, a different space of consciousness? And even when I ask that, my heart just opens slightly. Did your body close up? Did your body go, I don't want to hear that? Or did your body go, thank you, I agree? Or maybe your body just went, that's interesting. It feels like there's an element of truth there for me, and an element of truth still available to be witnessed. So cheers to witnessing all of the divine that you are. And thank you. I'll see you tomorrow for part 3 out of 4 of our witnessing journey together. Bye all.